candidates. I am Cunanan, an accredited competency assessor for bread and pastry production with National Certificate Level 2. As you can see, I am wearing my ID from TESDA and my appointment letter as an assessor. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Jeanne, our representative from TESDA Provincial Office. You do not have to worry about her presence. She was here to oversee the conduct of the competency assessment and check if the conduct is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedures. She will not assess you, so don't be nervous. Before we start, I will first check your attendance. I have here 3 copies of attendance sheet. Once I call your name, kindly sign the attendance and present your admission slip. Ms. Dizon, please sign the attendance. Next one, Mr. Mendoza. I have here with me your accomplished application form and self-assessment guide. This is an indication that you know and can perform all the unit of competency for bread and pastry production NC2. I would like to welcome you to our Center for your assessment for bread and pastry production NC2. Today, I'm going to administer competency assessment for bread and pastry NC2 with 5 units of competency, namely, prepare and produce bakery products, prepare and produce pastry products, prepare and present gâteaux, tarts, and cakes, prepare and display petits fours, present desserts. These 5 units of competency are clustered into 4 core units of qualification such as bread making, pastry making, cake making, and petits fours making. The purpose of the assessment for bread and pastry production NC2 is to determine your level of competency and a way for the issuance of national certificate issued by the TESDA. This is a license valid for 5 years, and this is also your passes for an easy access to real-world job hunting. The tasks to be performed for bread and pastry NC2 are the following: bread making, pastry making, cake making, petits fours making. To determine your knowledge and skills in bread and pastry production NC2, the method of assessment we will use will be demonstration and oral questioning. For the demonstration, you will be given 4 hours to perform the core unit of qualifications. And for the oral questioning, a minimum of 3 questions will be given. For your personal necessities, the comfort room is located at the end of the hallway, and if you want to take your meal at our canteen, it is located at the lobby. However, during the assessment, you are not allowed to leave the premises of the assessment center. If you have difficulty to understand the instructions, please don't hesitate to inform me because I am more than willing to translate it in Filipino. Inside the assessment center, make sure you have your proper kitchen attire, follow the house rules, and observe cleanliness. Cell phone is not allowed during the assessment. Follow and observe time frame and observe safety precautions. In case you have any questions regarding the result of your assessment, you have the right to appeal. Then submit your appeal to the TESDA Provincial Office or Assessment Center and Assessors Accredited. Do you have any questions or clarifications?
None, ma'am.
If none, I will now distribute the Competency Assessment Agreement form. Please read the instructions carefully and answer all the questions outlined in the documents. If you need assistance, I will be more than willing to assist you. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly pass it. Before we start the assessment, I will assign your number. So, Miss Dizon, you are number 1, and Mr. Mendoza, you are number 10. This will be our waiting area, and the other room will serve as our assessment venue. So, candidate number 1, please proceed to the assessment venue. Using materials, tools, and equipment, you are required to perform the task within 4 hours. I will be observing you while you are performing the task. Before and after your performance, I will ask some questions related to your demonstration. You may call me when there is need for me to translate or explain items for clarification. After the questioning portion, I will give you feedback about your performance. So for your first question, what is the purpose of using measuring cups in baking?
This ma'am, measuring cups, use po niya is to measure a large amount of dry ingredients and liquid ingredients.
Okay, thank you. So, do you have any questions or clarifications?
None.
So, if there's no question, you may now start. Okay, candidate number 1, I will now give you your feedback. Miss Elaine Dizon, you were answered 3 questions correctly. You also utilized the tools and equipment properly. You also performed well with your demonstrations. However, you still need to improve your skills in bread making. Miss Dizon, you performed the task within the standard requirements of the qualification. Congratulations, you are competent.
Thank you.
So, please sign this. Thank you. So, you can now get your national certificate from the Provincial Training Center, TESDA, at San Isidro, Tarlac after 5 working days. So, please don't forget to bring a 50 pesos, 1 copy of picture, passport size, white background with color. And please don't forget the scars. This will serve as your claiming stub.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Sit down, Mr. Mendoza. So I would like to inform you that you perform well in preparing and baking cake and pastry product. However, you did not demonstrate the skills in making bread and petit fours, and you only answer 1 question out of 3. You also exceeded in the time allotted to the task. So, Mr. Mendoza, I'm so sorry to tell you that you were not able to perform within the standard requirements of the qualification. You still have to practice the activities related to the competency requirements of the qualification further. So, if you feel confident enough that you have acquired the competence, you can go to TESDA PTC Tarlac at San Isidro Tarlac for the schedule of the assessment. And since the bread and pastry production is a test package, you will be reassessed with all the units of qualifications. So before we parted ways, let me first check the documents. The documents are complete, even the evaluation sheets. I will now put them in the envelope and submit it to our processing officer. So, before we call it a day, I would like to thank you for your cooperation and willingness to attain your goal. I hope that this will not end of your dreams. Put into reality what have you learned and use it for your own consumption as well as your community. Nice meeting you guys. I hope to see you again. And good luck and God bless. Goodbye.
Thank you, ma'am.